PFF. Pro Football Focus. I feel like this has been the offseason of PFF videos. But it's because of the fact that they keep dropping rankings, and I like to talk about them and give my thoughts and opinions. So we talked about it recently, I think it was Sports Illustrated, I believe. It was Sports Illustrated. They released a rankings of the top 3 defensive players from each team. And they gave us, I believe it was like 28th. Like they said we were one of the worst in the league when it came to our defensive rankings. So, and they were ranking it based on Logan Wilson, I believe it was Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard. No, Cam Taylor, Trey Hendrickson, and Logan Wilson. And they ranked us one of the worst. And I still find that very disrespectful because if you look at just in a vacuum, those 3 players, outside of the rest of our defense, just those 3 players are easily a top 10 unit. If you want to go as disrespectful as possible, top 15, okay. But they're at least a top 10 unit. They're amazing. Cam Taylor arguably is a top 10 corner. Trey Hendrickson is easily a top 10 pass rusher in the NFL. 16.5 sacks last year. And then for Logan Wilson, I still think he's a top 10 linebacker in the NFL. I know not everyone's going to agree with me, but I think he is. So with that being said, I had my beef with Sports Illustrated. Well, this is a little bit of a different when it comes to this PFF ranking. This ranking is based on defensive line. So this would include, but not limited to, Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard, Chris Jenkins, BJ Hill, Mekhi Jackson. Did I butcher his name? See, I feel like I always butcher his name for some reason. Hold up. McKinley Jackson. Why did I say Mekhi? McKinley Jackson. Obviously Miles Murphy, Cam Sample, Joseph Asai. And am I missing somebody? I don't think I'm missing anybody. So those are the guys that would be ranking based on this defensive line type play. Okay? So again, this is not based on anything else but defensive linemen. Before looking at this ranking, if I had to give my ranking of where I would rank that unit, again, if I'm ranking based on potential, I think Chris Jenkins, the mutant, will easily become a top 10 defensive tackle in this league. So if I'm looking at just the first year, though, and it's not easy for a D tackle to go from a rookie to one of the best, I think it's possible. It has happened before, but it's not, it's not the easiest. Jalen Carter did it this year. But I would say we are easily top 10. There is defensive lines that I think are really good in the NFL. Obviously, the 49ers have a very vicious defensive line. I think the Eagles have a vicious defensive line as well. The Steelers do as well. The Browns do. And I think you do have to give some respect to those teams. And I love our team. I think our defensive line is ferocious. But, yeah, I think Trey Hendrickson, personally speaking, is a tab below Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. But at the same time, I would say top 10. I think top 10 is realistic. Unless I'm completely forgetting about someone, I think top 10 is realistic. So number 1 is the New York Jets. So they lost John Franklin Myers to Denver. They traded them to Denver. They lost Bryce Huff. They got Hassan Reddick, and they got Jermaine Johnson and Will McDonald. Hassan Reddick isn't even at training camp because he refuses to because he wants a new contract. So that's interesting, even though they just traded for him as well. Quinnen Williams, one of the best defensive disruptive defensive linemen in the NFL. I agree with that. I do agree with that. Also, Sheldon Rankins, by the way. I don't know why I forgot Sheldon Rankins as well. That's another guy we have. But beside the point. I guess, yeah, the Jets have a good defensive line. Hang on, I'm going to pull up the depth chart of these teams just so that we can kind of see a generalized look. Because they're going to list off some players, but not enough. All right, so Jermaine Johnson, Javon Kinlaw. So they got him from San Francisco. Quinnen Williams, Hassan Reddick. I don't think this is that great of a defensive line. Not number 1. Like, I would say this is easily, again, I would probably put this top 10 or maybe top 15, but I wouldn't put this as number 1. Hassan Reddick, I think, is really good, but again, I like him better when he was with the Cardinals. Philly, he was still good, but he was better with the Cardinals. Quinton Williams is absolutely a monster. We already know that. Javon Kinlaw, I think, was really good with San Francisco, and he is a menace, but I don't know if I put it, maybe top 10, but I wouldn't put this as number 1. Let's see who else they have ranked here. I think the 49ers are better, even without Chase Young. So they got rid of Chase Young. They get Leonard Floyd from Chicago, who actually, I say Chicago, but he was on Chicago a long time ago. Leonard Floyd went to the Rams at one point. I'm not sure. They got him for the Rams, I believe. The 49ers. 49ers, I think, have one of the best defensive lines in the game. Even without Chase Young. No, they got him from Buffalo. That guy is being passed around more than anything. Oh, alright. Javon Hargrave, Malik Collins, and you have Nick Bosa. Yeah, this is the best defensive line in the league. 100%. Yeah, okay. So, I don't agree the Jets are number 1. I think the 49ers would be number 1. Philadelphia. I know Philadelphia, they change every single season. This offseason was the offseason of getting secondary for them. They got Jalen Carter. Absolutely hate the guy. I respect that he's good, but, he's a piece of crap, so I'm going to always hate him. Minton Williams, Jordan Davis. Yeah. Moro Jabo. I miss him. I wanted him so bad in the Bengals. I like, in the theory, I do like Poison Ivy, but I would love to have Moro Jabo. Yeah. See, I don't know now. I'm looking at these units. I mean, Minton Williams, would I say that he's better than Trey Hendrickson? No. Would I say he's better than Sam Hubbard? No. I don't think he's better than Chris Jenkins. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. Jordan Davis is really good, though. Okay. So, let me stop hoping on some of these. Lions, okay. I have to check the Lions, because I know they got Aiden Hutch. And they also got somebody else. What's the guy's name? They got DJ Reader, obviously. But I'm not thinking about him. Maybe they got rid of him. I thought they had somebody else that was like a big name guy. Marcus Davenport from the Vikings. It sucks to see DJ Reader on that team. The Brownies, which again, I would probably put the Brownies as above the Jets. I think the Browns have a better defensive line than the Jets. The Browns got Zarius Smith. They also got their boy, let me pull up Cleveland, Myles Garrett, obviously. They got Dalvin Tomlinson, who I think is pretty good. Shelby Harris, a little bit older, but still good. I think the Browns have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL outside of the 49ers. I would arguably say 49ers are number 1. I think number 2, I could see myself putting Cleveland. I mean, Cleveland has a good defensive line. Philadelphia, I would probably put Philly as number 2. Probably Cleveland as number 3. Pittsburgh, I put higher on this list. I think Pittsburgh has a better defensive line, and they're ranking them there. All right, so let's just continue. Raiders, how does Mad Max Crosby? Never mind. They also overpaid Christian Wilkins this offseason, by the way. But Houston Texans, okay. Green Bay Packers, Baltimore Ravens. We're number 13. I don't see how you could... Okay, no, this is bullcrap. How can you put Cincinnati below Baltimore? Okay? Ravens, they have Matabuke. And Justin Matabuke is a good pass rusher. He's amazing. But outside of Matabuke, I'm not scared of Elway. I'm not scared of Broderick Washington. I'm not scared of 600-pound Michael Pierce. I can say that, by the way, because I'm also fat. Also obese. No, he's not 600 pounds. He was he played for the Ravens, and then he went to Minnesota. And when he went to Minnesota and left Baltimore, he actually was overweight. He was so overweight that Minnesota didn't want him. So he goes back to Baltimore, plays for a season, and then they're going to cut him, so he took a pay cut to stay with the Ravens. Anyway, David Ajabu, who is really good, but he has injury issues left, right, and center. Yeah, no, I don't. Their defensive line is not better than ours. Let's list all the teams that are not better than ours. Ravens, not better than ours. Green Bay Packers, they got a sneaky good defense. I don't think they're better than ours. Rashawn Gary, the age-old Kenny Clark, Devontae Wyatt, Preston Smith. I mean, they're really good, though. Lucas Van Ness is also a sneaky play last year. Okay, I don't mind the Packers being ranked above us. And I'm not trying to be extra biased this video, by the way. I'm trying these videos to be somewhat logical bias, okay? I can be extra biased sometimes. I'm trying to be logical bias. The Texans, I don't know if I put the Texans above us. I mean, Danielle Hunter, they got him over there from Minnesota, and I think that's a really good option. But I'm not really, I don't really go crazy about him. Will Anderson obviously is a freak of nature. They got D'Amico Autry. Wait, this is the Titans guy, right? Yeah, this is the Titans guy. Hold up. He went from the Titans to the Colts to the Raiders to the Texans. Bro's being passed around more than a cigarette in jail. Holy crap. Oh my lordy. Okay, man. Okay, this man is just doing it. Okay, let's just see the rest. I disagree with us being third. I think we should be top 10. Kansas City Chiefs, okay. Chris Jones really leads that. Patriots. I didn't think the Patriots were allowed to be in top 10 of anything. I really didn't think the Patriots were allowed to be top 10 of anything in this league. Not yet. Judon is a monster. Christian Baltimore. Okay. We got Buffalo Bills. They actually have a sneaky good defense with Von Miller. And Greg Rosario. Seattle Seahawks, Giants, Commanders, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Titans, Chargers, Rams. We got the Saints, Miami Dolphins, Jacksonville. A long way from the time they were Jacksonville. Isn't that true? Chicago, Atlanta, Carolina, Minnesota, Denver, and Arizona. Okay. I still disagree with that fact we're not top 10. But I'm also biased. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one.